I think that when we have the opportunity to read Jewish prayers and liturgies from the Second Temple period, for example, many of which are preserved in the Dead Sea Scrolls, so we're reading things that are really contemporary with the emergence of early Christianity, we find many points of contact in liturgy and in prayer.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil.
So the Lord's Prayer is the prayer that Jesus said. We understood that and suggested to his students that this is the prayer they should say, let's say, when and if they believe in him. The prayer itself, coming from my perspective, coming from a Jewish perspective, sounds very Jewish.
In fact, it kind of summarizes all the important themes of the most important prayer in Judaism, what's called the Amidah, or the Shemoneh Esrei, this series of 18 benedictions that are prayed standing 3 times a day. Jesus hits upon every important Jewish theme in his expression of what we call the Lord's Prayer.
If this prayer is so Jewish, and for you personally, you can accept it as Jewish background, why can Jews today not actually use this particular prayer?
Adopting prayer from one community to the other entails a whole host of political, sociological, psychological, and other questions that have to be dealt with.
The question for me as an Orthodox Jew is not the text of Jesus' prayer. It's when Christians pray in the name of Jesus, suggesting that the prayer to God needs to go through Jesus in order to be accepted by God. That, from a Jewish point of view, is incompatible with the affirmation of the direct relationship that each and every individual has with God.
There is not a word in the Lord's Prayer that could not be said by an Orthodox Jew. That doesn't mean that we should rush down to the synagogue and say, let's say the Lord's Prayer together, because prayers take on symbolic meaning. But the words are kosher to the hilt.
Jewish prayer comes in within a narrative and within a context that affirms when you pray honestly and deeply to God, God always hears and he always answers. It may not be the answer you want, but God does answer. That is a Jewish perspective, and Christians have inherited.